Hey everybody, it's Angel and Mayhem from
Hello.
from Halo Inspirations. We give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. Happy hump day. Whoop whoop. Happy Wednesday to you. Yes, it's all about this table runner. And I got to tell y'all, like y'all heard, I still haven't quilted it because I was scared that if I have to pick stitches, when you quilt something, it might take you 10 minutes, but it's like 3 days to rip all those quilted stitches. So I didn't want to get in a situation before the live, but the backing's ready on the long arm. My batting's ready to go. Just have to load this up and get her started. So that's what we're taught. That's what the video was about today, was how to make this adorable lucky day St. Patty's Day themed table runner. Turned out super cute, did it not? I see y'all can see the mic, and I want to move my camera, but I don't know what that'll do, so we're just going to leave it. At any rate, hi there, Sherry. Glad to see you and anybody else who is here. Love for you to say hello and let us know where you're from. Like to hear all of that too. That's always fun to know where everybody's from. So, it was. Now, in the video at the end, I talked through how I would put this together. And when I was watching it, I was like, man, are you okay?
I just
Am I going?
coughed. I'm sorry.
Okay. As I was editing it and watching it, I thought, man, that can be a little confusing. So what I did was I took pictures of the different steps. So I'm going to go through that in just a bit. Oh no, Sharina over there says, just finished shoveling 10 inches of snow. Still need to
Yep.
do virtual learning with your son. Oh my gosh. Hello there, Sherlock Sows from Michigan. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. And I did see your lovely comment this morning, so thank you for that. So we're going to walk through this. Now, because I have it hanging behind me, I'm actually making it that it's going to go across my face. And that way you don't get confused on the picture I'm showing you and what's behind it. Because I actually took the pictures on the design board and that could be a little confusing. So let me go ahead. Now I'm going to say step one, but really the first step, it was laying it out, which I think in the video showed you perfect, okay, on how to get where to put all your blocks, the sashing strips, and the cornerstones. So you lay that all out, okay? So that's really step one. But then in the video, I told y'all that I took the two sides of each block, or of block one, on the I don't know if it's the left or the right for you guys. It's on the left. I guess it's on your right because this is my left. But the sashing strips I put on the left and right on the first block, on the first column, and then the rest of them I just had to do the one side. And then I also did the sashing strips and the cornerstones, and I got those together. Okay, nothing else is together. That was it. That is step one. Okay, after you lay it out. Step two, I actually attached the cornerstones and the sashing individual parts. I put them on each block. Okay, because at that point you're able to nest things. So it really does look like I got a bunch of blocks. I've got 10 blocks and they all look kind of wonky different, right? Now, this is because I really do not like to sew long seams. I mean, this is how much I do not like doing it. I find ways to make it easier, more simple. I feel like I have more control. This is just my method, doesn't have to be yours, but I felt like for me, it gives me more control. So Sherlock Sews says, you're getting snow and ice right now. You're singing ice. Oh, I got to be careful. You're singing Ice Ice Baby. Yeah. I almost sang it.
Yeah, you have like ten
Oh, you
seconds
say
of the
that, but
song and you're fine.
oh, Michael, but I got a copyright infringement on Facebook one time for singing the taco song. So I'm always kind of leery. Although I've sang We Are the Champions, and for some reason that was fine. I don't know.
Well,
So
isn't
that
that one?
is,
Isn't We Are the Champions in public domain now?
I don't think so. But I don't know. Anyway, point is, I'm just careful. And this is step 2. Okay? So the next step, I told y'all, I put 4 patches together, and then the last 2 by themselves, I put those together. So there that shows that. So those this side. These on this side, for me it's my left. So on the right side and the middle one, I've turned those blocks into 4 patches, which, you know, that's pretty basic sewing. Okay, now everything pretty much nests, but as far as like the middle, you just have to look. Anytime you're going, if you want to know, you don't have to follow directions if they're not clear on which way to press, or if they don't talk about it. Just sew them together and then wait until the part that is going to attach is sewn, and then you can decide which way you need to press. Okay, I didn't want to make that confusing either. I could have done a pressing diagram for sure, but I didn't. So 2 4 patches, and then the ones on this end right here, they're just 2 lonely ones, but I went ahead and I stitched those together. Okay, and then the next step, gotta turn it off. I put the 4 patches together themselves. So I just had a, I don't know, 18.5-inch stitch between the, is that right? Yeah, 18.5-inch stitch between the 2 of them. So that made it really easy compared to 42.5, okay? And then you see my lonely guys over here. And so naturally, the final step is just to add it. And of course, that's exactly what I did, and that's the end. So I hope that was more clear. I know that might seem like a lot to some people. I know that. I do. But I really do not like long seams. I mean, even when I'm putting binding on. And part of it's because you've got so much quilt that you have to make sure that it's not dragging or being pulled, or, you know, it's flat, and then you've got all this weight that you might be contending with, or all this bulk everywhere with the rest of it. I don't like dealing with any of that. So I don't even like putting on the binding because it's a long seam. Is it hard? No, I just think this way's easier. So I wanted to break that down just a little bit. If anybody has any questions or comments about it, that I'm game. I'd love to hear them. But that was the major thing I wanted to do in today's live, besides be here for anybody who might have a question about the directions. The other thing I wanted to mention, so I cut, what did I do? What did I do, Michael? 36, 54, yeah. Okay, so when you plug in 18.5 by 42.5 to figure out how much backing you'll need, it says 1.5 yards, okay? So when I cut it, I mean, before I cut it, I did some math and my head was spinning, so I just let it ride. I cut 1.5 yards. Now here's what happens. Now that's what 4 inches of overage. So your 42.5 turns into 50.5, okay? So it just took it the extra 4 inches because we can't cut less than a quarter, right? So, or by less than a quarter, we could always cut it. But what I want to explain something. I also said it was about 1/3 yard for your binding. If you use the same material and you buy 1.5 yards for the backing, this is only 18.5 inches wide right now. So once it's quilted, and you can actually cut, if you're doing this on your domestic, you'll be cutting anyway, okay? But you may have enough, is my point, for your binding on what's left over, okay? You may have more seams depending on how you cut. You may have more seams in the binding, which, you know, if you forget to check and make sure they're not in corners, and then you have a lot more to worry about. You may not like doing that, but depending on how you cut and how much is left, you actually may not have as many seams in your binding. So I wanted to give you a heads up on that. So if you're using the exact same material, you just may have enough left over, because if it's 40 inches wide and you only used really 18 and a half, and if you're going to do that and you want the overage, make sure when you have the overage, what I would do is I would make sure that I had enough that I could cut my 2.5 inch strip once I'm cutting down my quilt and squaring it off. So, are your squares 2 inches or 2.5? I'm remembering you saying both measurements in your tutorial. Yes, I did say both measurements. And by the way, Sherlock Sews on her... Oh, that was the other thing. My words disappeared, Michael. When I went to render, it turned off the middle video, so none of my words showed up. In the 9 patch, they are 2.5 inches. The cornerstones are 2.5 inches. Inside the stars, the green are 2 inches, okay? So that they come out to 6.5. So there's both in there. You're absolutely right. Now I want to tell you on the website and Michael, if you'll put the link in there, I'd appreciate that, for the inspirations tab. The first two on there are for, one of them is a supply list. And what I did is I told you how much fabric is required. And then on the second page of it, I actually tell you for all of the white, what you'll need to cut. And for all of the green, what you'll need to cut. So you don't have to remember, but you will have to figure out where things go right by watching the video. So the 9 patches, great question, Sherlock Sews. The 9 patches are 2.5, which is why the cornerstones are, because it gave you that chain look, okay? So 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, and inside that star, the green points are 2 inches, okay? Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Michael, for posting that. And absolutely, Sherlock Sews, fantabulous question. Now, the first link on the Inspirations tab is for the template, okay? And I talk about that in the video too. And I showed you, I actually printed mine on Heat and Bond Light. Now, what I didn't tell you, and I don't want anybody to freak out, if you print on Heat and Bond Light and you're going to use this particular applique method, now you don't have to put the shamrocks in there. You could just leave them blank. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. This is your quilt. You can do whatever you want. You can even, with more fabric, you can make them taller and wider. You can make a whole quilt like this. But you'll need more fabric, of course. So, what I didn't tell you, I don't know how many of y'all have ever printed on Heat and Bond Light. And if you haven't, I don't want you to be... Well, you haven't, Michael?
Nope, I have not.
Okay. Well, you have to pay attention, first of all, which way your printer needs it to load, so that you will print on the paper side and not on the glue side, okay? Oh, you're shaking your head. Yes, you understand. Like I can see. I do that too. So I even do it on the phone, right? Yeah, like they can hear you. Maybe my head's rattling and the marbles are going through the speaker.
Oh yeah, do it all the time. I'm sitting there like, yeah, hello, and you're like, oh, I was nodding my head. I was like, oh, thanks, because I knew that. Got it.
Yeah. So what I wanted to tell you that I don't want you to freak out about, and I'm hoping this comes through. Okay, so let me go ahead and where's that button? There's that button. Let me make sure it is focused. It's got a weird spot to it. I know y'all can't see this yet. And I don't know if I have to lift it. Let me know. But I'll point it out to you. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and switch here. Sherlock Sews, you're funny. And now I'm sitting there thinking that this person in Michigan who's in ice storms is sitting there nodding their head like we're having a conversation. So I have this whole vision, although I've never seen your face. I don't know. Are you a brunette? I'm having this, I see you as a brunette. Maybe you're not. So when you print on Heat and Bond Light, and my guess is because the glue side is bumpy, so when it prints on the paper side, sometimes the bumps you can't see it on the paper side, but when you're printing, what happens is, oh, here, let me go here. There's these jiggity jags. Okay, yes, that's a technical term, by the way. So you have these jiggity jags, and they're sporadic. Okay, there's one here. I don't know if you can see them. There's a jiggity jag here. There's one right here. Okay, now what I want you to understand, when I did this, I thought, whoa, something's wrong with my template, because I didn't print it on paper first. I printed it first on the Heat and Bond Light, and this is the first time I've done it, and I love this. I love something else tracing. It saves so much time. But I thought, oh no, my template is bad. So I went and printed it on paper. I needed to anyway for the video. And it's fine. So what I think is happening is when your printer, and if you only do this if you have an inkjet, any kind of printer that has heat, please don't do it, because it'll melt the glue on the backside and you'll have a mess. So it comes out fine, but I'm thinking it's because of the bumps with the backside with the glue. It's kind of bumpy. So when the printer hits a bump, it has a little jiggity jag, but whenever you're cutting, it's okay. This one's really okay because I didn't print out the 1/4 inches. But even the ones, like here's one right here that's on the actual line that I cut, it's fine. You just make your scissors go fluid, okay? It's not big enough to take away from the actual template. Oh, you are brunette with highlights to cover the gray. Oh, lucky you. I need to get my hair done. All right, so, but I don't know why. I just saw you as a brunette. So I don't want, anytime, if you've never done this and you're going to experiment with it, I don't want you to think that something's wrong with your printer or something's wrong with the template. It's part of the printing process on the bumpity Heat and Bond Light, or maybe even whatever else you use. If you use a different product to do raw edge applique, you may, if it feels bumpy, then it'll probably show up whenever you print it. Okay. So, oh, I'm so jealous. She's got her hair done. Let me go ahead and switch back over. If I can figure out how. It's always a chore here. There we go. And I can get rid of that, I think. Oh, I hope that didn't screw things up. Okay, no, it didn't. All right, so that was the other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys, because like I said, the first time I did that, I went, oh no, something's wrong with my template. And I was prepared to have to figure out what happened. It's irrelevant. It's not the template. It's just the bumps. So don't worry, anybody. If you've never done it, I didn't want you all to freak out about that one. And the last thing I wanted to tell you, like I said, you can add on if you wanted to. The reason it is 42.5 inches, I'm actually going to put this on a side table. Okay, because I might interchange it at times on my dining table. Now, my dining table, it'll be fine. It'll be in the middle. It could go, I've got leaves and I can add. So if I really wanted a longer one, I would just keep adding more blocks and more sashing and cornerstones. Okay, but that's why it's the length that it is. You have a monthly appointment. It's added. Oh, look at you. I used to, and then I ran out of time. So, but you're so smart. So super smart. So, that's all that I had for today. I wanted to go over the different steps. I wanted to talk about printing on Heat and Bond Light. Oh, no, I do have one more special thing. I want to let everybody know this. So, first and foremost, guys, our channel is growing, and it's lovely. I'm so ecstatic that I get to walk among other quilters, and I feel very honored to be amongst you. If you ever watch my introduction on, which I have to update because my kids are begging me to, but if you ever watched that video, I'm honest. That's how I feel about quilters. And we really did start Halo to give back to quilters. So as this channel's been growing, I'm so honored. And I appreciate all of your support. For those who actually, our online shop, which yes, I'll just go there for now. Our online shop is also growing, and all the people that have shown their support on that side, I want to say thank you to you all also. Halo would not be here without the online shop. Okay, that's where our main bread and butter is. And so all of you, I can't say enough thank you. But going from there, as this channel has been growing, what's been happening is I have a lot more comments. Yeah, like a lot. So Sherry with a C, as we call her here, our cherub here at Halo Inspirations, she has agreed to help me cover those comments. And there's a couple other things that she's doing in-house, but she has agreed to help me keep, because what would happen is I might go 12 days without answering your comment, and that's just not cool. But the more people there are, a lot more comments are coming through. So sometimes you'll get Sherry, sometimes you'll get me, and sometimes you'll get both. Okay, it just depends on the comment and the timing. But I want you to know that thank you, Miss Sherry with a C. You truly are a cherub in the Halo community, and we cannot say thank you enough for all your help. But I wanted to let everybody know that she is also part of the Halo team now, and sometimes it's her that's replying, and it's listed as Halo. She's doing it as Halo because we're a team here, but it may be Sherry that's actually writing your comments. And I wanted to publicly let everybody know that Sherry with a C is now officially part of the Halo team. So thank you, Miss Sherry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sharina says, fussy cutting would be a great way to do something in the middle of the block. Oh, brilliant, Sharina.
Mary and Colleen say hello on Facebook.
Mary and Colleen.
Yes.
Colleen. I didn't know she had a Facebook. He's telling me that because...
Hello from San Francisco.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's working? Okay. Well, there you go.
Wait. Oh, that's a different... That's not Colleen. That's Colleen. Is that how you say your name? Colleen?
Riley Perez?
Something? Yeah, that's a different person.
Okay.
But
hello
yes,
from
San Francisco. Well, welcome. And Miss Mary. Oh, we have missed you dearly. You say, love your... Oh my goodness. I'm finally watching you live, right? And you love the shamrocks. Beautiful shade of green. I wish I could take credit, Miss Mary, but it's the fabric. Oh, no, not oh. I don't know. I'm going to call this company, guys. I'm calling them. They call it on the selvage. It's called Or Luck. Okay? And it's from Freckle and Lolly. I always want to say Lilo and Stitch. Freckle and Lolly. And it's the cutest thing because their emblem is a dog and a cat, and it's like sketched. It's so cute. So I'm guessing Freckle and Lolly are the name of one is the dog, one's... wait till I call them. I'm going to call them. Okay? And when I do, I'll give you the down low on that. But it's their line. Or Luck. It is in the shop. And it is a darling. What you can't see is there's tiny... If you watch the video, you can see it better. But there are tiny dark clovers or shamrocks in it. They're actually three-leaf clovers. But they're a little darker green. And then the lighter green is the background. And then it also has some green swirls in it. So super cute. Super love it. I'm with you. I wish I could take credit for the color, but I can't. But yes, fussy cutting would be really good. And so that 3.5 inch square is what she's saying. That is the middle of the star. Instead of cutting a background of it and putting an applique or anything or leaving it blank, you could use some other fabric that you may like. And I was just thinking you can even use the green in there. But you'll just cut a different 3.5 inch square that you can fussy cut something specific. Now, even I talked about this. This can be a scrappy quilt, guys. It doesn't have to be. I love patterns like this. It doesn't have to go for St. Patty's Day. Okay, that's where my inspiration went. But it can inspire you to do whatever you want. Okay, so this can be scrappy. You can use all kinds of fabric in it, and you could just take those measurements and utilize them in the different ways and the different colors. Okay. Or it could even be for a different holiday. So maybe even fussy, like if you wanted to do, for instance, Christmas, I'm just picking something because it's easy. Maybe you have a fabric that you can put those 3.5-inch squares in the center star, and you can fussy cut. Maybe there are poinsettias on it, for instance. I mean, I'm just making stuff up, but you can fussy cut out as long as that fits in a 3.5-inch square and 3-inch finished, because you're going to lose a 1/4 inch around the whole thing. If that picture works, Sharina, fantabulous idea. Thank you for pointing that out, because yes, you absolutely can. Very, very cool. It will be very hard to keep up on comments. You only have it. Well, that's very true. And I felt bad, guys, about, thank you, Sherlock says, she says it over on YouTube. It will be very hard to keep up on comments. You only have enough time on your hands. And she's right. And I felt so bad about taking 12 days to answer somebody, but that's why I needed help. And it's only going to get, it's a good problem to have, guys. So it's not a problem. It's a challenge, and it's going to become more of a challenge, but at least we've got a momentum going, and we have a plan and action, because nobody needs to be at this level without a comment. I mean, there's no reason not to, especially if you got 2 people hitting on it. Okay.
Hey, I'm reading.
Huh?
Said I'm reading comments.
Oh, you are reading the comments too?
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I have been.
You just don't always know how to answer them because you're not a quilter.
Nope. Most of the time I don't know how to answer, but
yeah. Yeah. So that's why I wanted somebody to help me all out, or, help you all out. So Sherry says on YouTube, thank you, Angel. No, thank you, Miss Sherry. Appreciate it. And Miss Dawn, hello, y'all. You're home now. Whoop, whoop. Very good. Very good. Glad you're home. Hope you're feeling better. So yeah, this has been fun, guys. But that was today. This thing, you might see it again. Now, as far as the quilting goes, like I said, I didn't want to have to pick it because it might take me several hours, and I didn't want to be stuck with something y'all had to look at that wasn't pretty. So I do have everything ready to go. So as soon as, I'm actually going to see if my husband will record a little bit of the machine. You know how I did the one reel? Well, I don't know if anybody saw it. We'll make sure we post a short maybe on YouTube, and then we'll put a reel on, a short reel on Instagram and Facebook. But we'll try, like we did before, you could just see the needle on the fabric. So I'll try to get Eric to help me out with that. And when I'm done with it, I'll definitely post pictures. Okay? Definitely. Now, I typically only post on Facebook and Instagram because I don't know why. I guess because it's another step to post it on YouTube, and I don't have a way to do all 3 at the same time because they're 2 different entities. We got Meta and Google. So, in due time, we'll figure all that out. But I'll definitely post when it's finished for you guys. Well, thank you, Miss Sherry. Miss Sherry of YouTube says, that table runner is beautiful. It's fun. And I'm telling you guys, it doesn't take long, especially if you're not doing a video, okay? You can zip right through. 9 patches, quick, right? Chain piece them, send them through, okay? And then the hardest part is, or the longest part, it's not hard, but the longest part is cutting the fabric. And the second longest is probably making the flying geese, because you got to do the little lines, all that stuff. So, if anybody has any questions about anything, let me know. And we will go from there. Yeah, laugh out loud. I'm wondering what's funny. You gotta tell me. Was it the, I don't know. Oh, I like to talk with noise. How many of y'all do that? This is an off question, but I do this all the time. It drives my husband crazy. But, like, let's say, I might say, has anybody seen the vroom vroom thing? And, of course, I'm doing the hand motion. But but I can't think of the word, but I know the sound. So, you know, and I mean the vacuum cleaner. Now, my daughter does it too. So we have complete conversations with sounds. And my husband is like, I don't know how did you even know what you are talking about? And it's because we think like that. So, I don't know. Does anybody else think like that? Do you think in sounds? That's going to be the chain piecing, right? You know, just it through. But at any rate, that was a little side. I'm getting distracting, aren't I? Sorry. I can get a little motivated at times. Maybe, and then Sharina over at YouTube, maybe sometime in the next 5 years, you'll try. Oh, I'm hoping you'll try it before that, Sharina. I think you'll really like it. I'm going to try another method. So, I'm going to try the Lori Holt method. Hometown is coming out soonish. Can't remember if it's March or July. March. I think it's March, right, Sherry? And we have ordered the So Simple shapes. Is that what she calls them? All of a sudden I'm drawing a blank. And you use them different. I mean, you can still use it with Heat and Bond Light. You can. But you use them a little differently when you do her method. So I am also purchasing on my own those shapes. And I'm going to do her method. So you might like that better. Some of you might like it better because it doesn't have the raw edge. So you don't have to do the zigzag, the blanket stitch. You don't have to worry that if you did a top stitch that it's going to fray. Although you may like that. I mean, some people, depending on the pattern, it may be very cute. But you won't have to worry about that because it's all enclosed. So y'all can look forward to that once I do it. Oh, it's my flying geese hands. Oh, I got to go watch the video now. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I hope I didn't do this. Oh, gosh. Okay, so, Colleen, there she is. See, we have Colleen from San Francisco. And then Colleen, see, you can tell, Michael, there's one less L.
My brain. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
My brain. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's listening while she's driving. Well, you're listening. That's like listening to the radio. You're good. Okay. Just don't get pulled over and stress about your patterns not being written correctly. You believe it's March. Yeah. So Simple shapes. Man, brain's fried today, but man, I'm pulling it out of somewhere. I guess it's lodged and you just have to figure out how to extract it, right? And that isn't that what happens? But thank you, Colleen, for stopping in. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, Sherry and Dawn and Sherlock Sews and Sharina. Yeah, I think I hit everybody without go. Oh, and Miss Mary can't forget. See, she hasn't been able to watch the live for so long, and we've missed you, we've missed you so much, Miss Mary. So yeah. Oh, and thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mayhem.
What?
Stopping by.
What'd I do?
You stopped by.
I didn't stop by. I'm just here. I'm always here. In the shadows.
In the shadows.
In the shadows.
Yeah. Well, that'll change. Can't wait. All right, guys. So I'm going to let you get going. It's all about, I call it Lucky Day because, St. Patty's Day is supposed to be the lucky day, and I'm making it for St. Patty's Day. So if I put something else on it, if I do another one and I put something else on that star, I won't call it Lucky Day no more, right? So I thought about it. I have something I want to put in there for a different holiday. I won't do another video like that, but you've been trying. Miss Mary over at Facebook says, I've been trying to work on my UFOs. Well, you go, girl. And she says, I miss you too. Yeah, Miss Mary is such a doll. All of our cherubs, we are so blessed. The ones that we have all been, come along. Whether you've been here once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, every single one of them. We are really blessed with the cherubs that are in Halo. The quilting cherubs are amazing. I know that you hear that from every channel. I know that. But I mean it.
You also hear that too.
But it's true. But you're right, Mom. Mom. Oh my gosh, Michael. Mom.
I am not your mother.
I know. I have Mom on the
I,
brain. So.
I love your mother, but I do not want to be.
Oh well, I don't want you to be my mother.
I want to be me. I want to be me. I like.
Well, I like you too.
I don't know.
All right.
That's appreciated.
Huh?
I said that's appreciated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, so I'm gonna let you all get going. I will tell you. Yeah. Friday is. We're going to the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival. I might end up going a little bit on Saturday, so that I can run into the guy that sews. And because he's going on Saturday, so it just depends, because inside Creative Kingdom we are having our happy hour at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you are available and you're a member of Creative Kingdom, if you're not and you want to join, there is a link in the description box of this video. Actually, it's on almost every video published. It's just a stand. It's just, there it is. But if you type in Creative Kingdom in Facebook, it'll bring you, you can find it. It's not hidden, but it is a private group, and you have to answer the 3 questions to get the keys to the kingdom. It is
muy importante.
Yes, it's our way to make sure that you are a real person and not a bot, and that it just helps keep everybody safe. Okay, it's the first line of defense. So you just have to answer. You have to answer all 3. If you only answer 1, it don't work. If you only answer 2, it don't work. So 3 questions, 3 answers, and we'll let you in, and we'll give you the keys to the kingdom, and we'll have happy hour this Saturday. And I'll let you know about the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival. And if I go on Saturday, I'll try to take pictures, or maybe we can go live real quick with the guy that sews, just so everybody can say hello and we can say hello to you. But in due time, we'll find out. I have no earthly idea. I haven't talked to him. I mean, I know he's going, and we've kind of chit-chatted, but I haven't asked him about going live. That's kind of rude, right? Without asking. So I'll be sure to ask first. In worst case, I'll take pics, and I'll be able to share those with you. And if you're going to the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival, let me know. I'm going for sure on Friday. My husband and I are both heading down there to check out the vendors and chit-chat with the peeps and look at the beautiful quilts and, see all the great things that a quilt festival will have for your pleasures. So if you're going, let us know, and we'll have to meet up somewhere and say hi in person. All right. So let me know. And I also think Lisa Cape and Quilts is going on Friday. So I'm going to hit her up. I'm going to message her and see about Mr. Mom. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, Michael. So that was Sherlock. So she called you Mr. Mom. Mary says say hello to my mom. So I will. But let me know if you're going. We'll connect somehow. And like I said, I'm gonna text Lisa and see what time she's going. I think she has something at noon live on Friday, so I think she's going later. We'll see. Hopefully we can meet up. And if you're coming, and let me know, maybe we can all meet together, including with Lisa. So at any rate, yeah. Love you too, Miss Mary. Truly, we've missed you. So I'll see you all on Saturday. See you all next week for a live chair chit chat. We're going to share some quilts. I'm going to share this one. But we do have some cherubs who have shared some beautiful inspirational. Y'all wait. Y'all wait. We've got some really cool stuff coming out on next Wednesday for Cherub Chit Chat. So hope to see you all then. That will be at 3 p.m. Eastern time here on YouTube and Facebook. So look forward to seeing y'all then. But until next time, let me get going, right? Let me quit talking. Quit talking. So until next time, may you all continue to be inspired, productive, ever so joyful. Never stop believing, and never stop making your dreams in quilting come true. We love y'all. Michael, what you got to say?
Stay safe.
Stay safe. So we love y'all. Happy quilting. Happy hump day. Whoop, whoop. And we will see you all soon.